No hustle, no muscle. No grinding, no mining. Many people believe that busy movement and activity builds muscles of success and that labor or hard labor is required for you to mine a gold out of life. Welcome to Life Coach Philippines. You are joining me for a brand new series of Life Coach Corner dubbed as Beyond Grind, Mastering the Art of Hustles in the year 2024. And for tonight's conversations, for tonight's episode entitled Jumpstart Your Invisible Ace, we will dive into a conversation about quiet powerhouse that you can set up like dominoes and give you the domino effect this year 2024. We've probably all heard about hustle, but did you know that there are actually two type of hustling in life? One that gets you to the top and the other that leaves you hanging. So, good evening everyone. Happy New Year. Blessed New Year from my household to yours. Whatever you are doing at this moment in time, I'd like you to stop for a bit and consider thinking about the hustles that you are looking to do, looking to dive deeper in the year 2024. But before you do that, I'd like you to think what were the hustles that you considered and put some efforts in the year 2023? Did it give you an opportunity to grow in life? Did you give time to hustles that keep you just busy, or the hustles of 2023 were productive hustles and brought you to a space where it feels like you're at the tip of the iceberg, and as you continue building the tip of the iceberg, you're also going deeper. Now, many times we hustle just because we believe that hustling gives us an ace in life, but truth of the matter, we just go around the circle and keep ourselves busy. So you're joining me for tonight on the first day of my 31 days commitment to serve here in the digital space of Life Coach Philippines, Life Coach Corner. So if you are crossing borders with me for the first time, I am Master Coach A. I am the ideator. I am also the creator of Life Coach Philippines. And in this space, we are building a tribe, we are building a community, we are building an opportunity for each and every life coach, professional life coaches, enthusiasts in the coaching industry to build the coaching muscles in the ethical way. And for the next 31 days, starting tonight, I'm going to be serving. Okay, so shout out to all the speakers of Life Coach Corners who've been serving in the space of the digital space. But for the first month of the year 2024, I'm going to be serving for the straight of 31 days because I want to dive into a conversations with you on the hustles that you do in your life. Now, life coaching is the second fastest growing industry in the entire world next to IT. It is unfortunate, however, that not a lot of people take a look at life coaching as one of the most powerful way to take your hustle to the next level. So for the next 31 days, I'd like you to see the power of life coaching, the power of these skills that you can learn. The skills is available for all of you and how this can level up your hustles in life. So allow me to just wake up everyone, all the sleeping giants in the space. All right. So I am being joined right now by Coach Lynn, Coach Sean, Coach Darbel, Master Coach Jasmine. Okay. So everyone in the screen, everyone joining me right now, right here, live on the first day of January in the year 2024. Can you please give me a shout out? Okay. Hello, Coach Miles. Okay. Thank you for joining me live right now. Give me a shout out. And when you shout out, okay, shout out, I'd like you to give a shout out to yourself. Okay. What is one thing that you want to say to yourself right now as we get started tonight? Okay. Give a shout out to yourself. Give yourself a beautiful shout out. Acknowledge yourself. accomplishments. Acknowledge the things that you were able to get done in 2023. Whether you hustled just to be busy, whether you hustled to be productive, or you hustled because you didn't have a choice, I want you to give a shout out to yourself. Hello, Coach Rizel. Okay. I want you to give a shout out to yourself because definitely your hustle in 2023 brought you tonight, brought you to where you are today, brought you to where you are right now, right here. Okay. So maybe it wasn't perfect. Maybe it wasn't the best. Maybe it wasn't what you want to do. You probably get into a space where you get stuck. You probably get to a space because you felt you have to do it. Maybe you were in a space where you need to do it. I don't care, and it doesn't really matter because truth of the matter, congratulations, you survived 2023 and you are joining me right now on the first day. Okay, it's almost closing hours. It's about 8 o'clock right now, and in about 4 hours it's gonna be second day of January. It means you are able to survive the first day of a brand new year. You okay, drum roll please. So give yourself, all of you, okay? And if you are watching this on a replay, by the way, we are also streaming live in iConnect YouTube channel. And I'd like you to know that exactly a week from today, okay, you can check my channel, Master Coach A. So if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, this is the best time for you to subscribe to my channel because exactly a week from today, I'm going to upload this video with the bonus toolkit, okay? So every single day, I will come in and serve in this digital space. And after a week, you will find the toolkit in my YouTube channel, Master Coach A. So go ahead, make sure that you subscribe to my channel so you get the notifications when the toolkit becomes available. So why it will take 1 week for you to get the toolkit? Because what I wanted you to understand is that the toolkit will only be powerful if you are committed to do the works. The toolkit will only be powerful if you have received truly in your heart what the toolkit can do for your life. Okay? So for tonight, give yourself a shout out first. Okay? Shout out to myself for being awesome. Sabi ni Coach Sean. Shout out. Hello, Coach Maureen. Thank you for joining me. Shout out to myself, okay, for perseverance, for being patient. Shout out for myself for being compassionate. Shout out to myself for finishing tough job, tough projects, all right? Give yourself a shout out right now, right here, okay? Bless me with your shout out to yourself. And why I'm doing this, many years back, I remember the days when nobody would tap me on the shoulder after a year's accomplishment. Nobody would affirm me that I did a great job. Well, my children, now grown ups, were very young during those days, and it was just my children. I have three beautiful children, but they were young, and maybe aside from them hugging me, saying, "Mom, you're home," or giving me that sweet smile when I come home, nobody really stopped and paused and give me the affirmation that I was doing right, that I was doing well. Of course, I would see that in my paycheck. I've got my increase, my salary increase. I got my merit bonus. I got my 13 month, my 14 month. Then many of us, many of you, if you are in the corporate world, if you are an employee, it feels like that's the affirmation that we did a great job for a year. But what about if you didn't get a 14-month bonus? What if all you've got for the holidays is your basic 13 month and some gifts left and right, or maybe not even the gifts? What about if you are not working with an 8 to 5 job? What if you are a freelancer? What if you are a full-time mom? Where do you get that affirmations? During my time, it was hard. And if you are connecting with me, hashtag connect, let me know in the chat box. Were there days, were there nights that you felt like you're all alone? in the hustles. And you'd grind, and it feels like grinding is all that's left. And yet, when you're able to produce, when you're able to do what you need to do, when you're able to deliver, when you're able to provide for the people who, are resting on your shoulder, you don't really get that thank you. Or maybe you felt that that thank you was just like lukewarm, or it was just like customary, but it's not heartfelt. Hello, Coach Nords, I can see you. How many of you can relate? Coach Marife, I can see you. Like, it's been a year. Let's just talk about 2023, from January 1 to January 3 from January 1 to December 31 of 2023. Was there a moment in your life that you felt like you weren't getting enough of that affirmation, that congratulations, that congratulatory remarks, or even that there's not much people who stop and really check, how are you doing? Are you still doing fine inside out, or those smiles are just a costume? If you are connecting with me, give me just like a hashtag connect alongside with your shout out to yourself. Hello, Coach Joanna. Thank you for coming in. Hello, Coach Kit. I see you. Maraming pong salamat. Happy New Year, everyone. Okay. So, allow me to just hold the space right now. This is what we do as coaches. We host a safe space for everyone. So, allow me to host that space right now, right here. And let's just take the moment right now. Thank you so much for joining me. And I want to host this space for you to acknowledge what you have done in 2023. What have you accomplished, Coach Orville? What have you done? What were the things that made you feel you're human, that you're capable of love, that you're capable of giving, that you're capable of expressing yourself? Because oftentimes we give so much, and when people don't appreciate us, don't bounce back, it feels like we're useless. It feels like we're not enough. Coach Marvin, I can see you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Please tag a friend, tag your loved ones, tag someone you know who needs to hear that they are human, that they deserve love, that they deserve affirmation. They deserve a tap on the shoulder. And yet, if no one cared to pause enough for them to hear that you are an amazing person, please, all right? Tonight, I want to host this space for you to do that, for you to acknowledge that you are a great person. I'm not saying this to, sell you something, but I'm telling you this because it's true. And it's very difficult to get started in a year where we feel that we are so tired, we are so bumped with a lot of things, and it's so noisy. And it feels like after the holidays, when we've given all our gifts, we've attended all the parties, we've, showed up, we have showed our faces, our dresses to every invitations. And now it's the beginning of the year, and many of you will be going back to work tomorrow. It feels like you're burnout, you're stressed out. And for many, your budget have been drained. How many of you connects with me? How many of you saying, yes, that's me? Coach Janet, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me live. Come on now. Okay. Can you just like tap your shoulder right now? Okay. Can you just like at this moment, at this moment, tell yourself you've done a great job. Maybe not perfect. Maybe not perfect. Maybe not the best. Maybe not yet the excellent version of you in 2023. But hey, you did a great job. Okay? So, can you please give a shout out to yourself? And if you can see someone here that you know who've done a great job also, and maybe these people made your life beautiful, yeah, I can see our coaches now from Region 8, and these are the people, okay? Are the banner holder is Coach Marife. These people have, made our trips, not just made our trips in Region 8 memorable and meaningful, but these people gives us the boost, okay? Give us the perks of continuing in what we're doing. If you are a business owner, you know it's hard. It's difficult to sustain a business. But Coach Marife, thank to Coach Marife, thank you to everyone in Region 8 who continue to trust us, who continue to give us an opportunity to serve. And here we are. We've got Coach Tintin all the way right now. If I'm not mistaken, you're from Dubai. Tama, Coach Tintin? Where are you coming from, Coach Tintin? Definitely, she's not in the Philippines right now. She's an OFW. Sometimes there are people who made our lives so difficult and it feels like hell, but there are beautiful souls, including you, who gives us the opportunity to believe that what we do matters in the world. So right now, right here, give a shout out to someone you know in the screen. Like, allow me to do this for you. So probably nobody stopped fully or paused to remind you that you are a beautiful creation, that you are a beautiful person, that you have contributed to this world, that you have made our lives a little better. Come on now, shout out. Shout out. Tag your friends. Tag your children. Okay? Tag your parents. Tag your spouse. Tag your partner at work. You've probably been so busy for the holidays, for the festive seasons, and you failed to remember the most important people in your life. And why does it happens over and over again? Because truth of the matter, we also forget ourselves. We also forget to stop for ourselves. We also forget that, hey, we matter. We matter. So thank you so much, everyone, for giving the shout out. Thank you so much for appreciating yourself, appreciating others. There are three ways, okay, there are three highways to cultivate compassion. I'm teaching this inside NCRUS masterclasses, micro coaching program. So if you have not availed of any of our NCRUS micro coaching program, it's still continuously on the run. And one of the things that I'm teaching inside one of my micro coaching program in NCRUS and also inside my monthly masterclass on trauma is there are three highways in developing compassion. The first way is from yourself to others, you give compassion. And then from others to yourself, you receive compassion. And only then you can cultivate the third highway, which is you giving compassion to yourself. So we don't feel so much that affirmation because we probably miss the fact that we are also not compassionate to ourselves, and we cannot be compassionate to ourselves if we're not giving enough compassion to other people, and we're not also permitting ourselves to receive compassion from others. If you can connect with me, please, okay, give me some emoji in the comments. Let me know that you are one person is saying, hey, maybe hashtag compassion is something that I'm missing. Maybe compassion is something that I need to develop. And if you are one person who wants to develop and know more about it, you can just hashtag me in the comment. Okay, even if you're watching this on a replay, and one of our professional certified life coach definitely will get in touch with you. Okay. So thank you so much for doing a great job. Thank you so much for appreciating yourself. Thank you so much for appreciating the people in the screen right now. Thank you so much for extending love, compassion, understanding, and appreciations to the people in your space. Maybe they're not watching right now live, but you can tag them in the comment and share the link of this live. And when they start watching, they get to hear what you're saying. They get to hear your words. Okay. So for tonight, okay, I'd like to speak with you on one topic, okay, or one thing to jumpstart your 2024. So let's jumpstart right now, right here, okay, on the first day of 2024, the first day of the first month, January 1st, 2024. So, how many of you here are looking for ways to increase your contribution, increase your value, both monetary, emotional, significant, spiritually? How many of you here looking to be better, greater, bolder in the year 2024? And there's no better way but to really get on a jump start right now. How many of you wants that? How many of you are so excited that 2024 is going to be a brand new start for you? That there's going to be opportunities, low-hanging fruits that you can now claim and start, hey, I want to work on this. Yes, thank you so much to everyone saying hashtag me. But now, sometimes that even saying yes and claiming mine, all right? You are so scared. Now, come on. Let me host this space for you and claim it. Okay, mine, me. I want that. I want a brand new start. I want a powerful start. And right now, I want to talk to you about something, okay, that you can use, something that can fuel, that you can have, that you can own. Well, I think you own it, but you are not mindful, or you are not consciously using it. Are you excited to know that? How many of you is excited to know that? How many of you is excited to know what is it that you can use to jumpstart 2024? You have it, but you are not mindful. How many of you have it? How many of you want to have it? How many of you wants to own it? How many of you wants, come on now. I want to know that invisible ease, okay, that I can use to jumpstart my 2024. Now, the beauty with this invisible ease, okay, is that you are like setting up something like a domino. And you know what good with domino is, you can harness, you can benefit from domino effect. How many of you have heard of the domino effect? Okay. So imagine setting up something that would yield to you achieving your dreams because of the domino effect, the multiplier effect. Okay. How many of you wants that? Okay. It's just like the domino is like, the effect could be so small at the beginning, but it could have a ripple effect that it's unstoppable. Okay? So how many of you wants that? How many of you here wants that? Wants to know what is that invisible ace that I can use? The beauty with this ace, you have it, but you're not using it to the point that people will stop and listen to you. When I started my profession in 2017 as a life coach, there are three things that I wanted to do. I am so passionate to find the people like me, people who wants peace, happiness, people who seems to be lost. I am passionate to find them because I believe I can create, build a tribe of 1 million mentally fit individuals. It means I'm not perfect. But I know that there are people like me who wants peace, love, happiness, joy, contentment, security. And if we get to go, like, come together, and I want 1 million of that, by the way. I hope you are one of those 1 million for. We can build a community that is mentally fit. And when I say mentally fit, we can be mentally challenged, but we know what to do to continue the works, to continue our mission, to continue to fulfill what we need to do to make this world a better place. When I started in 2017, I was looking for a profession. I was looking for a tools to advance what Decaf Coffee Republic. We started Decaf Coffee Republic in 2016. We just celebrated our 7th year anniversary. I started a company, I started a cafe, now our coaching hub, with ambitious dreamers, okay, young professionals who wants a business of their own. Well, we've got other people with us. Unfortunately, not a lot of people believe in what I believe on. Can you hear me? Is there something you did in 2023 that you know is right, you know can change life, you know is so true, but nobody believe in you? Or those who you expected to believe in you run away and left you hanging? Connecting, if you are connected with me, let me know in the chat box. Let me know in the comment, hashtag connect. We move and continue to build what we receive in our heart is our calling. So right now, right here on the screen, you can see Coach Maureen and Coach Rizal. Please give them a shout out. We started 15. Right now, we're left with the three of us. 7 years down the line, we are three. But you know what? Even before we opened the shop, before we had our blessing, people were leaving us. People were abandoning us. So how many of you here had those moments of feeling betrayed because people left you? Hashtag me, hashtag connect. Let me know. So I was looking for something to continue the ministry that I was doing in the church. When we started DCAP, some people in the church said that we are a cult. People said that we are competing with the church. I was told not to use the materials I was using in the church. And I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go, but God is faithful. And at those moments, I found Life Coach Philippines. And so there were three I's that, letter I, by the way, not I's, okay? Three I's that I started building with me. Impact. I want to create impact. And I said I want to create impact in and outside of the church. Even if the church would not support me, I want to create impact. God said, okay, God said, greatest commission, go out there, bring out the message, disciple, let them know that there's salvation, there's love, let them know there's forgiveness. I want to create that impact. Whether I'm a corporate slave, which I don't want to be anymore, I'm in the church as a discipleship coordinator, as a discipleship leader or not, whether I'm a business owner, I want to create that impact. I want to help people to transition and start making money from their passion. And by the way, when you talk about passion, it's not, ooh, this is my passion. Okay, it's easy. No, passion is sacrifice. Passion is hard work. Passion, you might probably considering as your hustle today, are your passions you're passionate about. So when I help people have income from their passion, from their talents, so that they can have an influence, not just in these generations, but for the next generations. But really, the heart of that is many people cannot even influence their children. Come on now, if you are parents, how many of you here would agree with me that it's so painful if our children, if even our very own children, we cannot influence? You know what is sad is when you do a business, when you start a business, and at the end of the day, your children don't want to take over your business. Before becoming a professional certified life coach, I am a business consultant and I have consulted a lot. Okay, I have served a lot of business owners, especially those business owners who are transitioning and giving the baton to the next generations. And unfortunately, the next generations don't want to take on the baton. That's so painful. And the next generations will give you all the reasons why they don't want to take in. And one of those reasons is because they've seen their parents labor so hard. They've seen their parents being betrayed by employees. They've seen employees who are not grateful. They have seen their parents get into debts, into loans. They've seen all they would call, pardon the French, shit of being an entrepreneur. And so they don't want to take over that. I have seen that as a business consultant. You know, the beauty when I started doing my work, when I started diving into life coaching, I saw the opportunity that there is one profession, there is one skill that I can use, that I can leverage to finally advance the kind of life that I want to do. My late father, okay, so I lost my father just when I started the profession. So he didn't get to see where I am today. But he asked me, how do you know you're right? But I told him, I don't know. Only time can tell. But I told my father when I found life coaching, this is his pa. I found it. Finally, I found it. And the word of God tells us that when we are able to find something, we guard it. We exchange everything. Lo and behold, when I started the profession, I've been telling my students, by the way, if you're crossing borders with me for the first time, okay, I have certified half, nearly half a thousand of students. Most of the coaches that you are seeing right now online, offline, all right, who call themselves professional life coaches and coaches are my students. Back then in 2017, not a lot of people understand what life coaching is. Not a lot of people understand what I love to do. And maybe you are in the same space. There are many things that you want to do, but you're not able to use because not a lot of people believes in you. Yes, do I get a yes? How many of you got that? I was once in your shoes. And probably I'm still in your shoes today. There's still many things that I want to do. And one of the things that I want to do is to build a mental health facility. I have started over 2 years ago, Be Learning Society, with a hope, with the dreams that I would have a lot of people saying, yes, I want to join you. We want to help you. I want to build a facility because I believe that people can be healed from mental health. I've been studying trauma for about 17 years of my life. And I want to believe that a lot of people wants to be healed by their trauma. And so I have full of my dreams and I started this Be Learning Society. At the beginning, I have like 100 students and it started to low. And you know what? I've lost people. I've lost students. That's the thing. Not a lot of people will continue. Not a lot of people would stay with you. Oh, my question right now. If you know this is, all right? If only you know this is, you would stay. So my question to you tonight, as I get started and deep dive in here, do you have something in you that keeps you going? Do you have something in you that allows you to fight back stronger when you are being hit by people who don't believe in your dreams, who leaves you hanging, who don't support what you do, even if, it's crazy. It's crazy when even before the mental health law becomes a law, before before that's even that bill comes out, when the bill comes out, I was one of those people, wow, we're rallying, come on. When the bill becomes a law, we were celebrating and said, finally, we will have more people interested in mental health. Comes pandemic, a lot of people talks about mental health, but not a lot of people are so willing to invest in their mental health, even to study about their mental health. And it's crazy. People talk about depression, people talk about anxiety, people talk about burnout, stress, but not a lot of people would really dive into seriously looking at what's causing the stress. Not a lot of people would even invest in their own mental health. Do you get me? Do you hear me? But did I stop? Of course not. Probably if I stop, you would not be here, and I will not be here. You will not be here. You will not be there. I will not be here. We will not have this moment. Okay. So where is this all leading? You know what? You have one invisible ace, and that ace I have been using, jumping off from the corporate world. Yesterday, just in case you missed my live, okay, you missed my episode yesterday. I shared being hashtag workaholic. I was addictive to work. I was addictive to productivity. Okay. And probably you could call me one of those corporate slaves, you know, because all we can think of is the work that gives us security. So when I transitioned to becoming a life coach, I said it is not about financial security, but financial confidence. Okay. So I studied CEOs who've been sent to lands without money, without contacts, without their names, and they have to survive. And you know what? Tonight, this invisible ace I'd like to share with you, because this invisible ace allows me to receive and enjoy the life I'm having right now. That would not be possible if I did not use this ace. Are you ready? You have this ace. Do you know what is this ace? This invisible ace that you probably is missing and not using, not capitalizing. Yes, can I have a drum roll? Somebody gives me a drum roll. Give me a yay, give me a yes. Give me an excited face emoji there. This invisible ace, drum roll, is nothing. Okay, whatever you're having right now, this invisible ace is nothing if you will not believe in it. It's nothing if you will not believe in it. You will not believe in its power. But I tell you, it's very powerful. This ace is your own story. Your own story. Somebody type in the chat box, type in the comment, my story. My story is different from your story. Our story differs, different from everyone else in the world. Our story would always be unique to us. But how many of you have used that story to help, to transform lives, to sell what you need to sell? How many of you have used your story to impact the people in your space? How many of you use your story to have the passion to do what you are so passionate about? What you can do better and greater than many people, so you can have that income from your talents, from your skills and your experiences? How many of you have used your story to influence the next generation? If you look at your children, your parents, you look at your children is not as diligent as you are. How many times you've used your story to tell your children how much you've labored, how much diligence you put to the works that you do today, so that you are able to deliver and serve them and become the parents, the employee, the aunt, the uncle, everyone else is looking up to. Your story is your ace. Your story is your invisible ace. Why is it invisible? Because until you believe in it and start talking about it and sharing, productizing it, people will never know your story. You know, growing up, I was so scared. I was so insecure. And barely can I talk about the abuse I had growing up. I can't talk about my being abused child, mentally, sexually, physically, verbally. I could not talk about it. I would stumble, I would cry. But you know what? When I start getting that confidence, security, that I can talk about my story in a safe space and use that story to help other people, that allows me to grow in faith. That God will send people in my space who would receive my story, use my story in a way that would also change their lives and the lives of the next generations. How many of you have lost the beauty of your story because you're so scared that people will not accept it? How many of you have lost that your story matter? That your story is an ace? That your story is standing there at the top of the iceberg? And when somebody stop and look at the top of the iceberg, they can start looking, hearing, seeing, being interested to what's beneath the iceberg. Your story is powerful. Your story is unique. Your story is invisible simply because you cannot express it in a way that people would listen and stop. And here's the thing. People stop, listen, and say yes to you. You probably have shared your story and people, extend gratitude for sharing your stories. Thank you so much for sharing your story. Oh, that story is so, I can relate. But look, if you talk about hustle, I'm going to dive now to my point. Your story must not only make people connect with you, engage with you, but your story will also make them trust you so that they can give you their money in exchange of what you can offer to them. There is no more powerful marketing tool than your story. But you know what's the problem? You're not able to use, package, and bring your story as an ace, as a powerful tool for people to trust that, hey, somebody like you can show up and serve. We can learn the tools. We can have all the training in the world. We give training. Right now in my portfolio, I have 500 courses that I can give you. 20 of my 500 courses are CPD accredited, and one of that is my certification class. And soon I'm going to be releasing my mental health certification class. But truth of the matter, nothing of this would matter if my story don't matter to you. So to all my coaches in the house, to all my super fans, can you just let me know if my story matters to you? Come on now. Many of you are inviting people to my school, to our hub. By the way, if you are interested, if you're from Manila, our coaching hub is located inside Pioneer Center compound along Pioneer Road, corner Brixtons, and United States Capitolio City. We are operating now back to up all night from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. And we're on a break right now. We're going to be on break until January 3. But on January 4, we're back. Okay, we're back on January 4. Okay, so it's a Thursday. So expect the first, okay, Coaching for the Soul by yours truly. So if you're from Manila, I expect that you would grace me with your presence, bless me with your presence on January 4. Okay, see me. Let's have a conversation. Okay, Coaching for the Soul. So every single night, there are people serving in that space. So up all night until 5 a.m. So if you're coming from work, if Region 8, you have your pagpag class. Okay, so right now in Manila, that's going to be a big opportunity for you to drop by after work. If you want to, cool it down before you go home, visit us at Decaf Coffee Republic. I'm there every Thursday and Saturday. So we are now operating from Monday to Saturday. Of course, Saturday is it's going to be our open mic. Coach Orville is here, our host, of course. Come on now. Your story. Your story. Now, if you're not using your story as a marketing tool, you're not using your story to connect and engage, if you're not using your story as backbone of your credibility to people, if you're not using your story as a testimony of God's faithfulness in your lives, you have missed a lot. You are missing a lot. But please let me know in the chat box. Say in the chat box. Say in the comment, no more. Can you please type in there and say no more? No more. I want my story to be known. I want my story to be heard. I want to productize my story. I want to convert my story as a powerful marketing tool. I want my story to help other people, not just to inspire other people, but to help them really bounce back in life. I want to use my story as a tool to help, to teach. And if you don't know how, I invite you to join me on Saturday, January 6th at 2 p.m. I am conducting an exclusive storytelling workshop that you can use to discover the truths in your story, the truths in your personal journey. Because sometimes trauma can, snatch us of our truths. Say yes to yourself. Say yes to your story. I invite you to join me on Saturday, 2 p.m. for an exclusive storytelling workshop. That's going to be on Saturday at 2 p.m. Please connect with Coach Rizal. Connect with the coaches who invited you here to watch this episode, this live. Okay? Call us, message me directly. Join the class, join the workshop. It's going to be a 3-hour workshop. Okay, we start at 2, we end at 5. Give yourself 3 hours so that voice, that story get to matter. Say no more. No more behind the scene crying. No more of your story being swept under the table, being covered by your fears, by your insecurity. No more of your story being taken for granted. No more of your story being treated less than what it deserved. No more of your story being idle. Your story matter. And I hope tonight I made you believe that saying no more is the shout that you all need to do. I hope after this, you're going to shout out and say, no more. My story matters. My life matters. My story is important. My story is my footprints, my fingerprints. My story is beautiful. With all the pain, with all the bruises, with all the dents, with everything that wasn't perfect, my story matters. And I say no more. I hope to see you on Saturday, 2 p.m. I hope we will all shout out no more. And I hope when you shout out no more, you can also whisper and say, God, thank you for my beautiful story. Thank you for creating me as a beautiful soul. God, thank you that in the silence, I'm able to worship you and honor you with the story that continues to unfold. You have been a beautiful part of my life, and I hope that as my story continues to unfold, you will also shout out. You will shout out to the world, no more. My story matters. Your story matters. I hope to see you on Saturday, 2 p.m. Say yes to yourself. No more hiding. This is Master Coach A. Thank you so much for giving me your first day of the year 2024. Good night, everyone. Share your hashtag Pack My Bag moment. And if you appreciate this, I would appreciate you not keeping me as a secret. Everyone, please join me in saying love, bam boom, love, bam boom, love, bam boom. I'll see you again tomorrow for episode 2 of the year 2024. Good night, everyone. Have a blessed first day of the year. Enjoy.
As a business owner, are you overwhelmed by the need to post beautiful, engaging content every single day? Are you left wondering what to write? Tired of scrolling through stock photos that all start to look the same? Confused by complicated graphic design programs? Rise Up Creatives is here to help. Each month, we give you everything you need to create 31 days of social media content in just 5 minutes a day. Customizable captions, curated lifestyle photos, a drag-and-drop graphic design tool, and the ability to post directly to your social media accounts. No one else empowers you with these 4 resources all in one place. Each month, we help you plan your social media calendar by providing you with 31 image themes and customizable captions so you can quickly and easily create engaging content and grow your following. Simply select the image that works best for your feed or story. Then, copy the caption and customize it to fit your audience. 5 minutes a day. It's that quick. Plus, you'll absolutely love our drag-and-drop graphic design tool. Start from scratch or choose one of our beautiful templates to fit your unique brand. When you're ready to export your design, you can download, email, or post directly to your social media accounts. Here's the truth. Our world needs what you have to offer. Don't let technology or procrastination hold you back. Rise Up Creatives is more than an online resource. We're a community helping you overcome your biggest barriers to reach your greatest goals. We're here to help you rise up and be creative.